All right, good morning. It's Rob. It's September 17th. It's Thursday, and we're going to talk about the Upper Manhattan townhouse and condo market like we have been since COVID hit March 15th. You will see that the condo market is holding its own. The townhouse market is holding its own from a price standpoint of actual closings. We're almost back to normal levels. We're at 86. The condo market is flooded with new properties. They're closing not too much lower than they did last year, but the condo market has been flooded. So that's what we're going to talk about now. Who are we? I'm Rob Pear, founder of Harlem Lofts. I've been around over 20 years focusing on Upper Manhattan. That's all we do. Big concentration on townhouses, second concentration on condos, and we do rentals if they're not cookie cutters. So we do have some sexy rental properties. If you want to follow us, please go to the YouTube channel to get these updates every 2 weeks. And if you want to find out about if you go to our website, harlemlofts.com, go to the top to the resource page. You can find out our seminars. You can get our market reports, all this free information that we spend a lot of time, energy, and money putting together for you. It's open there for you in the resource page. If you want to follow us, stalk us, go to the bottom of the website and look at all of our social media connections, specifically YouTube and Facebook, where we have a private Facebook group for new properties that are hitting the market. You'll see those first. So let's start talking about townhouses. All right, let's talk about a townhouse market. Thanks to the Harlem Lofts research team for putting together this information. It looks interesting. Let's dig into it quickly. So chart number one that you'll see behind me is going to be the total number of sales recorded in between March 15th of this year and today, September 17th. And we're going to compare it. If you look at the blue on the chart, you'll see that 40 properties sold in this period in 2019. You look at the red, and they're divided by week. You'll see 23 properties recorded. Now, out of those properties that sold, I'll tell you about a few of them. So we had four sell in the past 2 weeks. For this report. One of them was at 81 West 118th Street. That was a multifamily. We know all these. It was a multifamily property that hadn't been lived in for a long time and needed a total renovation. It sold for $1,999,000, so $2 million. That's pretty much a market price for that property. Maybe a little lower than market, but that's decent. The next one sold was 349 West 122nd. That was a property. I've been in that one multiple times. It was beautiful. It was another broker had it. She had it at 3.5 and it sold for $2,999,000, so $3 million. That's pretty much a market. Right? That's what's within 15% of the market range. That was a beautiful home that had been in the same family forever. I thought it was a nice one, and the area is unbelievable over at the 300 block of 122nd Street. Is beautiful. Another one sold at 212 Edgecombe. That was an estate, 1.38. So that one someone got a deal on under market. And then 255 West 132nd. Looks to be a two-family, but that one sold for 2.3. The reason it sold cheaply is because there were some paperwork issues that definitely need to be taken care of with the new buyer that purchased it. Been in that property, nice renovation, great owner, but paperwork issues are going to need to be resolved. That's why you see a 2.3 price on it. So now let's talk about we talked about the number of sales. So the sales volume. The sales volume right now with the 23 properties is 52 million. With last year we had 40 properties, it was at 83 million. But when you're almost at half the inventory and your sales volume is only at a 37% discount, again, we say this every week, here's the finding, the important part of this video. The average sale price, that means the average sale price of the properties that are closing continues to be higher than this period in 2019. And that's what you need to really focus on. Now, how does that happen? You keep talking about all these deep discounts. Well, the average sale price of the 40 properties that sold in this period in 2019 in your blue is going to be $2,083,000. The average sale price this year is $2,280,000. So how does this happen with all the discounts? Well, the listing prices have nothing to do with the market, in my opinion. And what was happening, rightfully so, we and every other broker that studies the market saw the recovery coming in November, December, January. January, February, March was doing exactly as we anticipated. It was going up 10 or 15%. It was going to be this great recovery before COVID hit. So the brokers that were pricing their properties properly, they were pricing them probably 15% higher than the year before. So that has to be corrected, because even though they're selling now at a little higher price than they were in 2019, the asking prices were super inflated on some of them. So let's get into that detail by looking at our next chart, which talks about percentages of properties with discounts. Okay, so if you look at the chart, percentages of properties with discounts behind me, you can always email info@harlemloft.com if you want a copy of the charts. This particular chart is going to show you the amount of properties that are owners that chose to discount their properties. So if you look in red, you'll see that there are 11 listings. 18% of those listings or those owners decided to discount their properties. And how much? That would be the next chart. And that's going to be the percentage price discount. So out of the 18% of the 11 properties on the market above 4 million, out of those properties, 18% of the people discounted them, 11.5%. So the higher end market is not seeing the deep discounts. And then the next one you see is going to be in orange. It's 21 listings and 48, so 50%. So half of the sellers that have their properties listed in the 3 and 4 million range decided to throw a discount on there. So that's good for buyers, but the amount of that discount was only 6.2%. So remember earlier what I said was the listing prices were up 15% in some cases, and then there's some crazy ones, but normally about 15% higher than last year. So now they're bringing them down only 6.2. You still have a little more before you get to the 2019 levels. That's why they're closing at higher than 2019 levels. So the last two, the green and the blue, green is 2 to 3 million, 34 properties in between 2 and 3 million, and 32% of those owners decide to discount theirs at 5%. The deeper discounts, which have a bigger effect because of their price range, is in the blue, 20 properties on the market. 40% of those, almost half, decided to discount theirs, and they discounted them at 10%. So that looks like the most aggressive area if you're a buyer, the under 2 million range. And I got to tell you, to have 20 under 2 million is also abnormal. There's not usually that many under 2 million. So that looks like your buying opportunity under 2 million. Okay, what do we have next? We have a chart that I definitely want you to see. This one we haven't shown before. It'll come up behind me. Look at this. This is when COVID hit, our inventory dropped to, I think it was 54, and now we're at 86. So when you see inventory go up to those levels, the buyers are going to come back, and this is where the market's going to define itself. So that's your townhouse market. I hope that was helpful. Let's talk about condos. Okay, well, wrap up with condos here. The condo market, again, similar to what we've been reporting on. The average sale price this year of the condos that are selling is less than 2019, opposite from the townhouse market. So the interesting thing, well, let me tell you that there were 151 sales between March 15th and today, September 17th, in 2019. So this chart will show you in blue, 151. You can see the sales volume in there, and only 63 this year. So you had roughly 10 condos closing a month this year, where you had over 20 last year. But the big news on the condos is every week we see another 35 to 40 condos hit the market, and that's gone on for the last 8 weeks. So right now we have hovering around 400 condos on the market. 2 a day continue to hit, but only 10 a month sell. So the condo market is flooded. If you're a buyer, it's a great time to go shopping. If you're a seller, you could consider renting for a couple of years and seeing where things go. Um, Funny enough, though, the average sale prices of the condominiums were much lower this year than last year, and they just gave me the information now. Thanks to our research department, we're only 3.4% lower in average sale price in the last 2 weeks, with an average sale price of being $895,000. Last year at this time, it was 928. So you got a 3.64 reduction in average sale price for 2020, whereas on the townhouse market, it was actually higher than last year average sale price. That being said, if you look a few weeks back at our video, you'll see that we had much higher discounts in the closing prices. So it looks like the condo market is leveling out from a closing standpoint. However, the inventory is being flooded right now by 3 big units that are releasing 3 and 4 a week. So you're looking at 2 a day. So I would say it's a great time to go condo shopping and put your best foot forward on an offer. Hope that's been helpful. That's for closing remarks. All right, so that's it. Thanks to the research department at Harlem Lofts, this townhouse and condo update is over. If you want to see more of this, subscribe to us on YouTube. Again, you'll see these updates every 2 weeks. Resource page at the top of our website will give you the webinars that we're holding talking about this data. It's free, so you might as well watch it. And if you're in the market, we're at 272 Lenox Avenue, also known as Malcolm X Boulevard. This is our office. We're open by appointment. We're COVID compliant, and we are holding probably 24 open houses a week, following all the rules. So if you're buying or you're interested in seeing what your property is worth, info@harlemlofts.com. We'd love to hear from you. I hope this report has been helpful, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. We are going to be closing out third quarter in our next report, and we're going to have a webinar beginning of October. Go to our website and sign up. Thank you. Bye-bye.